On today's episode of the Rebrand Review, we're going to be looking at the online education space. I'm Tony Hardy, founder and director of Canny Creative.
I'm Glen brand design here at Canny.
And today we're going to be talking about online educator Masterclass. They have went through a massive visual rebrand. Yeah. It looks so different to what it was looking like before. Dive in, tell what's happened, because I was not keen when I seen this, but the more I've learned.
Yeah, so obviously they've sort of ditched this original logo. What was, I mean, to be honest, it was Art Deco-y, it was Hollywood-y.
Hollywood and fanciful, wasn't it? As the company's grown,
they've got like more masterclasses for anything from Gordon Ramsay teaching how to be a chef to Steph Curry teaching how to play basketball.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
The video stuff is great, but they wanted to broaden the horizons in terms of what they're actually teaching rather than just the film stuff.
So I think it's great that they've managed to scale up. They've still retained a whole load of identity and personality, which is rare in this day and age. Normally everyone goes brand and simple, and it is simple, but it's also beautiful.
It works really well, this underscore on the M. So the M itself I really quite like. There is a little bit of a concern with the missing edges of the M and whether or not you see it as an M. I really quite like it. But this underscore is the very main part of this. The idea of this blank space is for what's to be learnt, and that's everything to do with what Masterclass offer you.
Yeah.
And it's a really subtle part of the brand, but it comes through the brand everywhere, and it's just a really nice sort of, not a loud and bold statement to the brand, but just a small one.
Subtle nod to what they do. And I love that. I think any time you get a really kind of high level concept in an identity, and then they roll it through and have the guts to roll it through everything they do, it always works out beautifully. And I don't know how anyone couldn't see an M within that identity. I think it's pretty obvious, especially when paired with the word. Concerns on the colour for me. I know you quite like that colour, but when you sit that red colour on that charcoal, I feel like it just loses something. I would have liked the saturation of the red to just be up by 10%.
And I think considering, especially on the website and a lot of their branded elements, like the black is the main background as well, and making sure everything's readable on it is like key. Masterclass
have released a video called Underscore, so we're going to just take a look at that and see how they roll out. Okay, I see what they're doing. Yeah.
And although it's subtle, it's just like constant throughout the brand.
That underscore works well for bringing things together, pointing out things in a list. Yeah. So there's nothing to not like about that. Let's talk a little bit more about the typography.
Yeah, so you'll be amazed to know if you look throughout this that every, let's say, instructor, I would say they would call people instructors, every instructor seems to have its own identity. All these are created from two font families. It's just a huge extensive family, but they've managed to bring identity along with the colours, but identity every single instructor.
So every single one of them is a different, it's the same font with a different weight. Yeah. Okay, so there's basically a serif and a sans serif family, and they're basically creating their entire instructor brand around those two. That's really clever. Yeah, there's nothing to not like about that. It's adventurous, it forces them to be creative. The colour palette gets pretty exciting when you get down into it. And again though, they've brought in this weird pastel yellow. Masterclass have rolled in this. Maybe we need to change our brand colours.
I don't know if this is a trend, but
maybe it is, but I think it's probably a trend best ignored. Sick yellow. Let's leave that at home. And the way they roll this out with the Tan France and the Timberland posters, they all look great. They're nice and clean.
Yeah, and that's I think the idea when you say it's nice and clean, there's not too much to it. There's not loads of graphical elements. I think the star power is already there. You've got the likes of Timberland. People notice that, and then again the subtle underscore and the use of the typography just brings everything together.
I'd love to know what Tan France's Masterclass is all about. Obviously, it says teacher's style for everyone. Have you seen Queer Eye?
No.
Tan France from Queer Eye, he basically goes in and dresses everyone, and it's awesome. But I don't know how you would learn that in a video course. But hey ho. In summary, the Masterclass rebrand is pretty tip top. It's excellent.
Yeah, the brand mark's lovely. I think the underscore's great. I think the colour palette's quite nice, other than this dirty green.
The way it rolls through the cinematic video, it's all perfectly in line. It's inspiring and makes you want to be part of the brand. And obviously that's the job of a good brand, is to make people want to take part. So let's score this thing.
Yeah.
Thinking in concept, 5 out of 5. That underscore and underscore in your life and underscore in your education, in the way it's used, perfect.
Brand mark, again, 5. I love this. I think there is some concerns apparently that you can't see an M, but I think we've dispelled that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obviously an M. Visual application, again, 5 out of 5. It looks great across everything they're doing. Maybe a little simple at times, but honestly, sometimes simple's better. Yeah.
Typography, again, another 5. Idea that this is essentially 2 font families that they use across the whole range of instructors alongside being in their brand as well. It just works really well.
Big and bold, works beautifully. Colour palette, I thought it was going to be a clean sweep. I thought we were going to get the first 5 out of 5, but we're not. We're going to mark it 1 down just for that weird yellow, brown, green colour. That's never going to fly. So all in all, 4.8 out of 5. Masterclass and the agency responsible have done an awesome job of bringing that rebrand to life. That's it. That's all we've got to say on it. Thanks for joining me on the Rebrand review. Like, comment, subscribe below, and we'll see you next time.